Dupixent helps people with asthma breathe better. And when you can breathe better, what isn't better? This is better. That's better. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Dupixent's not for sudden breathing problems. It's proven to help prevent asthma attacks. It can reduce or even eliminate oral steroids. Doesn't that make things better? Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a piercing infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. You can get more out of your lungs. You can do more with less asthma. And isn't that better? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma.
No one, not even WhatsApp, can see your personal messages. So your secret spot at the park stays secret.
Guys, the new puzzle game Royal Kingdom just launched. And I figured we're all going to be playing it a lot, so I'm here to answer any questions. Yes.
Wayfair's 3 glow-ups for every outdoor space. First, create instant shade in a snap. Next, add comfy seating the whole family can enjoy. And don't forget the fun factor with games for all ages. All your outdoor upgrades delivered free and easy. Shop everything outdoor at wayfair.com.
Psoriatic arthritis is tough.
Symptoms can be unpredictable.
One day, your joints hurt. Next, it's on your skin. It's painful.
I couldn't move like I used to. I got Cosentix.
Feels good to move.
Cosentix helps real people move and feel better. It treats multiple symptoms of psoriatic arthritis for less joint pain, swelling and tenderness, back pain, and clearer skin. And Cosentix can even help stop further joint damage. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur, like tuberculosis or other serious bacterial, fungal, or viral infections. Some are fatal. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, had a vaccine or plan to, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions and severe eczema-like skin reactions may occur.
Check out these moves.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentix.
Hopefully you can see. Now, if you're in the desert and it's a little bit rainy, but there's absolutely nowhere that the water collects, like it's sand and it's just disappearing, just keep these little tricks in mind. You can't go very long without water. You can go quite a long time without food, but not without water. So, a little survival hack. You're not going to get tons of water, but if it's pouring rain, you can keep putting the shirt out there. Maybe wash it first and then use this trick. But you get the idea. Well, we get on this project. You have a few onions here. Pretty hungry. But we've got a plan. I'm just thinking things over here. Now that I showed you that trick, the sun's even wanting to come out a bit, so we'll just dry it out. Then I can put it back on. So now we've got a real rainstorm. It's just coming down in torrents. And under here, dry. So we just had a downpour for 20 minutes, just torrential. And so now my shirt's not going to be dry. Now I can probably show you a little more effectively how much water you can get out of it. Torrential, look, it's even dripping. And wind. See, now this is more like what I was talking about, not that little rain we had for an hour. See? Big difference. Yeah, the water looks a little dirty. But anyway, something else you can do now after a rainstorm, and in deserts you can do this as well. You know, places where there's dew at night because hot in the day, cools down, and you get dew on the leaves and the grass. You can use a shirt and go around and get the moisture. See the just dripping? And you get the moisture off of the vegetation to do the same thing. So keep these things in mind. So despite that torrential rain for half hour, and it's been raining almost all day too, off and on, dry over here. My grass stayed dry, everything. Basically what I'm going to do is make my blanket in two parts. I've got this tied together. So basically I'll make another part like this, and one will go down on my feet, and I'll put the other one up here. And it's certainly going to be a lot better than having no blanket at nighttime. You see, there's no point going to collect moss now. I wanted to make a moss bed. The moss is going to be soaking wet, so a waste of a procedure at this time until it dries out. So now that I'm almost done the blanket, and it quit raining temporarily, I'll find my bow drill parts to at least put under the trees here to keep them dry or dry them out for tomorrow. So you got to think about what procedure is practical. I'm better off collecting bow drill parts than trying to collect wet moss that I can't use anyway. So get rid of some of this garbage. Pine cones, and sticks. And I even had some, I even got grass over it, which I'll just lie on. So here's the second part. I mean, this is going to be quite adequate for a blanket. I mean, even the one almost covers me. So, when I got this extra grass, it's bone dry under here. So I don't have to build a shelter, but I do want to show you another trick tomorrow as far as the bed situation. But I'm going to get my bow drill parts. I'm running out of daylight. But you know what? I'm happy with this. I can actually feel, I can even feel the warmth of it. Like it's, well, it's like 3 inches thick. There's not really any gaps, and the grass is like fluffy. It's going to be perfectly warm. Yeah, I'm going to get covered in little bits of straw, but who cares? Go and find the bow drill parts. At least it's not pouring rain now, so. I don't know which way to go, but anyway, we got pine, we've got fir, ponderosa pine, lodgepole pine, fir, and I think I saw some spruce, but we find our parts and then dry them out overnight under the tree. Nice looking bowl here, piece of birch. Got a nice bend to it. A lot harder doing everything with a knife instead of saw. Obviously, this got a nice shape to it though. Nice bend. This larch is coming out in bud now. And these little buds, they make a great tea. You can add them to casserole. I just eat them. They taste quite good when they're tender and young like this. As they get older, the tea's fine. But try the buds on the new larch. I think you'll like it. Tasty little snack. I think this will do for our drill. I'm not sure what kind of wood, but it's got a couple of really nice straight spots here and here. I think this will do. Okay. And here for my fireboard, this looks like a really big lodgepole pine. And it's been falling for quite a while. Might be able to get something for the fireboard. Hopefully. Nice to get this piece. Just want the big one here though. There. You know, I don't care what people say. I think that is fir, but you don't have to use the same wood for your fireboard as your drill. This will work just fine. I mix and match woods for bow drills all the time. Mission accomplished. Actually, this is pretty soft here. A drill, which I think is fir. A pine. And a fireboard. And my boat. Keep them under the tree for the night. So, we'll see you in the morning. This is going to be perfectly adequate even without a fire. I'm not really that hungry. There's onions here, but I don't know. I don't seem to get hungry for the first 3 days on an outing. A little bit thirsty. Probably have to find the creek tomorrow. But I'm actually looking forward to this grass blanket situation. I can tell. I can put this one sideways even. Okay, and then I got pillow. Fan. Come on, bedtime. Don't knock the camera over. Hey, let him. Oh, that's nice. Okay, you're smashing me now. Hey, look out. Just let me get some sleep. I don't know what time it is. It's getting later. The sun's just about down. It's been a long day. I don't even know what day it is, actually. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday. But tomorrow's another day. Oh, yeah. You know what? I can feel the warmth out of this. I can. No, it's no, get a. Morning. So, I tell you, that was pretty comfortable. Boy, dry and warm. I got things to do today. I'm going to show you another trick here, so let me get up. But I think I got to get to the creek, get Finn some water, get some water myself. I'm pretty thirsty. That water out of the shirt was not. That's a survival thing. I'll just go to the creek. But, cool trick. That tastes a lot better. Oh, it's cold. Hurts your hands. But usually there's more water than this. It's just trickle. But we haven't got to runoff time yet. We're past the middle of May. Runoff hasn't even started. It's been very cold, wet May. So, Finn, where'd he go? Finn! Oh, looking for sticks. Come on, get some water. So, there's no way I can have a fire. There's like a foot thick of just dry pine needles. This is not a place to have a fire. You'd start a forest fire like nothing. But what I want to do is clean as many away as I can. Put a nice platform of rocks. If I can get my fire going, I'll have the fire somewhere else. Heat up some rocks to put on the other rocks, because then they won't ignite the needles. And then build a platform and make my moss bed. That's what I want to do. So, it's going to be a lot of cleaning. And a lot of collecting the rocks. Because we cannot afford to catch these needles on fire. But once I get my layer of rocks, the other hot rocks are never going to heat the lower ones up enough to ignite the needles. And I only probably need 3 or 4 hot rocks on my moss bed platform. I think the moss will be dry enough now. It should be creating a windbreak actually. Put these in here between these 2 trees. So now I got about a 4-foot windbreak all around. Shove the needles in between this tree, that tree, in between here, and on that side. So now where my bed's going to be, I got a nice windbreak now. Instead of wasting the needles and just throwing them away, why not pile them up and make a windbreak? Reload here. Where I want my rocks. I'm going to take a big flat guy. All I need is 2 big rocks underneath my bed. We don't want them rolling off. I'm going to put rocks around it so that the hot rocks don't roll out of there. Be a disaster. Hot rock rolled into the needles, caught them on fire. And they say all I need is 2 hot rocks, and it's going to throw so much heat, it's ridiculous. And you can sit right there, and it won't be a fire hazard. Well, I got to collect more of these, but I'm going to have to brace this in the middle, figure out a length. You probably have to put a brace in the middle. It could break. Rope right away. Need something stronger. Brace this one too. Wide enough, but this will have to be braced too. Pretty long. Got a little hole here. Fancy little brace. Now, if I can sit on it in the middle, the branch broke again. Whew. When you don't have a saw or an axe or anything, you're just trying to find stuff that works that you find on the ground. Everything takes longer without an axe or the proper tools. Okay, whatever. Find another one. This one's something. Well, I'm having trouble finding another brace as nice as this one, but I'm finding more poles. So I'll just put more poles this way and take the weight off that way. I think this one will work. Definitely always away. Put this one in the middle. And it's thicker too, so yeah, I think this will work because now I just gotta line it with my cross ones and then go get my moss. And I'll be styling tonight. I don't care if some of them are longer either. I'm gonna put them probably 3-4 inches apart. shove some of these ends right tight to my windbreak. She'll kind of hold it too. That's a bit long. And like I say, now the moss will hold these in place once we put the moss on. I'm going to collect some of this dry rotted stump here too for my bow drill for later. There's not really much for moss in this area. There's a bigger creek down here. I'm going to go down near the creek is usually where the thicker moss is. So a bit of a hike. We'll have to pack in a little ways, maybe even 2 trips, but we got to get our moss, get our bed done, and then get our fire. So now you get down by the creek, you can probably hear it. And night and day from up where the shelter is, it's open area, big ponderosa pine and fir. And down here it changes. Now we got our moss and it changes. There's some birch, spruce. And like I say, it just night and day along the creeks compared to the hillsides where the ponderosas and open country is. It's quite something how it can change so quick. And the only other problem is it just keeps raining off and on, and our moss is pretty wet. So, you know, nice moss, but pretty wet. We're gonna have to just try to dry it out if the sun comes out, which it does off and on. My shirt's still not dry. But when we get the bed set up, then what we can do is put our hot rocks early and just try to dry this moss out. Come on, get some water. Come on, there's no water at camp. Get some water. Some water. Okay, swimming. Some water. It's about as much as I can carry. Probably just use my coat upside down to carry it. It's a lot heavier now that it's been raining so much. It's just wet. And that's going to be heavy. Okay. All right, then. Get back. Get this up here drying. Put my coat back on. Still pretty wet. This moss is not best for dry. It's a little damp in spots, but it's going to have to do. And the rocks will dry it, but how fast? I have it spread out now while I'm trying to get the fire going. Probably better. Dry out quicker this way, spreading it out at least. I have some extra grass. And just put some of the dry grass on top. I don't know if it's going to dry out enough, but I still will have the heat coming up from underneath from the hot rocks if I ever get this fire going. Let's get on that bow drill. It's been taking forever just to do this project, but it's a cool project, I must admit. This is the straightest piece. more pointy on that side, and then small point, and it'll round off on its own. Too long. You shorten this too. And that's birch is strong stuff. It's perfect. Okay, fire string up. Trying to get this fire going, man. Well, I decided I'm going to try this dry ponderosa branch. I wasn't getting smoke right away out of this fireboard that I was using, so I'm not happy with that idea. I'm just going to see if I get smoke right away out of this guy, because, you know, with a point on it like that, within about 3 or 4 strokes, you should have smoke. So I'm just assuming that wood isn't the best. We'll see. I mean, you should have smoke right away. So now I'm getting smoke out of the top here. So maybe that's not the issue. I guess all I can do is set it up and try. Friction fire, eh? Don't forget, it's been raining basically for 2 days, off and on. And now our woods could be damp and moist, and friction fire might be almost impossible. I hope not. It's very heavy. That's definitely going to put a lot of pressure on my drill. Drill us a hole. I do have my notch. I already cut my notch. I was starting to get smoke. I don't know. Maybe it just took a minute to dry it out. I don't know. I'm happy with it now. This is ready to go. Try to keep it straight. Okay. See how it all stays by itself? So now I put a piece of bark under here. I forgot to do that, so I just quickly did that. But now I can stand here and just hold this sideways. If I want more pressure, I can lean on it. If the drill is spinning, which means a lot of times that there's too much pressure because it is pretty heavy log, I can lift up a bit. But the whole thing will be a lot easier to maneuver. Okay, we got her. Now I got my coal. I got to get my powder. Okay, so now I got my dry rotted stump. Get the coal bigger. You want to see a bit of black, but you don't want to smother it, because if you put too much at a time, it'll put the coal out every time. You have to be ginger. When you see a little bit of red glow on the top, add a bit more and just keep doing that. Oh, thank goodness. I was worried that we weren't going to get a bow drill fire going because everything is damp and the wood wasn't smoking at first. And, you know, this whole video has been pretty cool. I've really liked being out here. But I don't think my moss, no matter what I do today, is going to be dry enough. Okay, we better get this back to where I'm going to have the fire, which is just over by the shelter here. I came a little bit away from this log that I wanted. But she's going good. I just got to keep adding to it now. I want to get the coal a bit bigger. By the time I got over here, set the camera up and everything, it was almost out. I got some grass right here that good and dry already. We got her. Okay, now I can eat my rocks. Just cover this a bit. I think I can use some of my leftover straw. That'll work. I like this little idea. I've had this idea and used it a couple of times, but had to show you that. But it's just about bedtime. It's not dark again, but I just get so tired, and it's late till like 10, after 10 o'clock at night. I can't stay up that late, so, and we're gonna have to get out of here in the morning, so I'm gonna head her to bed, and we'll see you in the morning. All right, Finn? A bit more. Take it off my bed. There until I get to place. Holds me nice. Okay. I'll see you in the morning. Go to bed, Vince. It's bedtime. Nope. No, you're not the camera. Morning. That was okay. And actually the hot rocks, they warmed the bed up quite nice. With the grass on here, I was perfectly dry. But it's time for us to head out of here and get something to eat. I really like this raised bed situation. The windbreak was a great thing. The hot rocks worked well. I actually dried the moss out quite a bit as well. So in a survival situation, you don't want to waste time on a procedure, time consuming, takes a lot of effort that you don't have to do. We didn't have to build a shelter. So I concentrated on the blanket, the raised bed for the hot rocks, and it worked out just great. This would be more ideal for a winter situation, almost too hot for summer, but at the same time, I had to show you that little trick. So I hope you had fun watching this video. Make sure you share, subscribe. Of course, I say that sometimes, but thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you on the next one.
Save your groceries. For the love of food. Ziploc.
Happy Monday.
Where will you go in the V6-powered Nissan Frontier?
We're back. Take one. Wait, I want to do one more. We're back. Take a minute.
A lot of length, really. Oh, there's good. Boy, a knife is almost a must in a survival situation or bushcraft situation. And if you're trying to cut through a thick piece of wood like this, you don't cut up near the tip. You use the base. You put your thumb on here to pry. Dave Holliday used to always say that. My friend Les Strauss and worked on different movies. I don't know. I'm sure some of you have heard of Dave Holliday. He used to always say that. And once you get deep enough, you can usually break it with a clean break, because if I don't at least get it started in a spot. Okay, well, we'll see if we got enough. Yep. Perfect clean break. Just what I'm after. Nice jagged spot that I can put my paracord through. So that worked out good. Now I'm gonna whittle. The stick Finn brought me, you'll remember. Actually, this is so thick I can probably split it in half and work with the half. Boy, I almost split it a little too thin there, but it'll work. Okay, I whittled away on it and got my nice sharp point. The only worry I had was, yes, I would have liked it a little thinner. It could break in the middle, but I'll put my string down lower so that it hopefully doesn't break. I mean, I don't know. I do have this other piece that I can use, but it's pretty thin too. I wish I would have just whittled it instead of cutting it that last time. That last time I split it, I got it a little too thin for my liking. Not that I want to thin it out, but I want it fairly round. But it's not perfectly round. I got a flat spot. That should not matter, because cedar is soft and the string will work its way into the wood, create its own groove anyway. I think it'll work. So we'll get our bowl ready. Then I'll make the bed. I'm not going to start the fire just yet because I got to make a spot for the fire. But we're getting there. We're getting there. You only need it. Be a little tighter, but you've seen me do this 100 times, I'm sure. But you know, this is for a 3-day challenge, and I wanted to challenge myself, not rely on radial lighter or items that are going to make it easy for me. Yeah, that's tight enough now. I could probably use one of those bones over there for my socket, but I like my log idea, which I'll probably use. Yeah, bow drills are never easy, but at least it's not raining, even though it has been. These shavings are going to be the ticket, right, for the actual flame. I grabbed one of those bones from that elk over there, and this hollow piece right here, I think, will work. I mean, I'm going to use my stump idea, but it should spin in there. Should work just fine. Less friction than using another piece of wood. It's not where I'm going to start my fire, but I just want to get my thing started so I could cut my notch. Okay, that looks good to me. Okay, so I mean, I'm ready to basically start my fire. Got my stuff ready. Before I attempt that, I gotta collect some wood. But I thought, gotta show you another little trick to tinder for a bow drill. I got the other side of my fireboard. You can shave little pieces off the edge, okay? That's one thing. But I'll show you the best way to shave shavings that are ultra paper thin. You shave sideways on your board with your knife, okay? And you get the smallest of pieces that actually light easier than the little shavings. I got the point jammed in to the log there, which helps. Put it between my knees like this. And I use two hands. Now your knife goes at a right angle to the board, okay? Not on an angle, either which way, straight up and down. Look at how fine that stuff is, okay? Look at the wind will blow it away. It's like a feather. It's just so fine. That's what you want. So I got my log here that I'll use as my socket. I just need a couple of stakes to stabilize it. Okay, well I still don't quite have my bow drill quite ready to attempt. I gotta put my stakes where my log socket is. I figured I'd wander over, see what DJ's up to. And of course, there's the advantage of bringing a lighter. He already has a fire hose. Well, you should by now. It's been a while, but just gonna go and see what he's up to here. Oh, I see you chose a sunny spot too. You got a fire going? You got all your firewood?
Yes, I do. Got my food.
Oh yeah. It's got a little squirrel in it.
Yeah, I've already cleaned it up,
Much
so
on that.
not much on it. But hey,
No?
no, I'm not gonna cook it right now. I'm gonna cook it.
Doesn't look like I'll be cooking anything. But hey, that's what the challenge is all about.
What it's about. I got food the first day, so
Well, you got your little squirrel and
he's tiny, but hey,
I'll say,
it's food.
yeah. Okay.
So
Well, I told you ever since I've seen it.
yeah.
I was working on my bow drill and I go up the tree.
Oh,
Okay, so you got some wood going.
Yeah. I'll probably have to collect some more later on, but
Maybe might just want to watch this moss, but I mean it's pretty wet.
it's pretty wet. I
As
think.
long as you don't have a bonfire.
No, that's as big as I would put it, and big as I get it. So.
Yeah, and then keep an eye out that it doesn't spread. Dry the moss out and then cut out. But anyway, right on. Where's your bed gonna be?
For tonight, I'm gonna go right there.
Right there?
And right there for tonight.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, something, I'm gonna build a shelter probably off of it.
You should be okay there. Well, you're way ahead of me on the fire situation. Well, that's why I tell people, bring a lighter.
Gotta have fire to survive.
Well, that's right. And the lighter's the way to go if you haven't done a bow drill. You really need to get on like that. Now, it's not supposed to rain today. I don't believe that I will need a fire. It's not going to get that cold. 10 degrees. So, for me, I don't think I need a fire. No, I know fire's number one. I have the means to do it now. But I really want to get on my bed. I'm not saying, hey, fire's not number one. But I have nothing to cook. It's not going to be too cold for me, and it's not going to rain. Like, I'm ready to go with the fire, but I don't think I need it for tonight. So I'm going to get on my bed. That way I can get a good night's sleep. And take my bow drill parts and put under that stump where I found the dry rotted powder, that one on the angle. Put all my bow drill parts there in case we get a bit of a rain. Because tomorrow, if I get a fish or I do get cold, I can start my fire. But if this was an actual survival situation, definitely tonight, right now, I would get this fire going. But I don't think I have. So, I got to get on my bed. I want to sleep good. Got all my bow drill stuff. Leave it right here. It's going to stay dry. Drill, bow. And if it started to rain on me, I mean, I could just sleep right here if I had to. But it's never going to get wet under here. Got all my shavings. Leave there. Clear this debris out. Sticks on top of me. This is what I really make. I just want a bit where it's kind of nice. Pick the sticks out. You know, it might poke you. It's very important to be comfortable at night. When you don't sleep, you know, you're not going to be in good shape the next day to do things. You're tired. And that's important too. It's getting pretty soft now. Oh yeah. We'll get a bit more yet. Thank goodness this moss is not soaking wet. You know, it dried out enough tonight or today with the sun. But yeah, it's perfect actually. Well, he's doing very well. You already did? Well, that's good. I was just explaining you're ahead of me on day one because you got your fire going first.
Yep.
You got your food.
Yep.
I'm not even going to start a fire for you. I don't need it. It's not going to rain.
I'll probably look at some. I don't know. I might keep going on this curve. I have warm clothes, but I don't know how warm they'll last.
So actually, I'm going to get DJ to put his fire out because I don't trust this ground. It's like a peat moss, dry rotted stumps. We do not want to have to like put a fire out in the night or it burns underground. To be honest with you, now I'm being honest. I was reluctant to start my fire because I don't trust the ground that we're on. We might have to find a different spot, you know. I don't think it's a safe spot for a fire. I don't. So I just wanted to explain to you guys that I kind of insisted that DJ put his fire out. And I'm going to show you the reason why. Because there's no rocks under us and it's like peat moss. Fire can spread underground, and that's why you really got to be careful with your fire. Just do. I'm going to show you here in a minute. I took a stick because I didn't trust it. But it's so spongy here. I mean, it bounces like 6 inches. And it's like a peat moss, old dry rotted stump almost. Okay? So, like, it's just not, we might have to move our camps because it's not a safe place to have a fire. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Put this out and make sure it's out. And it's not because I'm jealous that he got the fire first. I knew he would. He got away. But I'm going to show you, you know, this is a fire safety lesson in the sense because let me show you the ground here. You know, the ground here is like a peat moss. And it's so spongy. Look at that. And I can take the stick and I can poke it way down like a foot. Okay? Okay? That foot. It's the same up where the fire is. Look at it. So now it's creating voids, holes, and probably starting to burn this peat moss underneath So we got to get this fire out. It's just not a safe place for the fire. Rocks, places like that, like, we got to get this fire out and make sure it didn't spread under there. Perfect. We doused the fire several times with water, but because of this meat or peat moss, but it's like a peat moss, okay? We didn't realize it at first, so we're probably going to have to change locations tomorrow where we can have a proper fire safely. I'm going to make sure that it's not burning anywhere and then douse it again. And that's the thing, folks. You've got to keep in mind that peat moss like this can keep burning underground. So thus, we have to move. But I think we caught it. It's all looking okay. Just gotta make sure. Well, morning. Well, I mean, I was perfectly comfortable, but I'll tell you what, I was not very warm. I thought I'd be okay, but it was pretty chilly, especially just towards the morning here. Made it through the first night, okay. But now it's time to build the shelter and make a better bed arrangement as far as keeping warm. So we'll get on that today. Let's see about getting this thing better. You know, the pot is actually handy to picking berries too. This is a beautiful blue huckleberry. The huckleberries this year have just been awesome. Look at those blue huckleberries. You know, I don't know if I mentioned this before. Another thing about the blue huckleberries compared to the red is the blue huckleberries have red stems on them. Wherever the leaves are, like the stems are reddish rust color, whereas the red huckleberries, the stems are just green. Okay, that's another distinguishing thing. But I mean, that's how you can tell the blue huckleberries from like say oval leaf blueberry or. But anyways, I'm gonna pick a bunch of huckleberries. My pot's coming in handy. It's day 2. Even if I don't get fish today, there's no shortage of berries. I mean, I'm telling you, like you just wouldn't go hungry. Okay, see, all the stems are reddish or a orangey red, rust red, whatever you want to say. And here is red huckleberry, and you can see that the stems are green. Well, we're on to the shelter build because actually it is supposed to rain starting tonight, probably tomorrow. I can always heat up rocks. I get the fire going, put under my moss bed. That should help. Blanket would be nice, but you just run out of time to do all these projects. There's lots of poles around. Just collect a bunch, set them over there, figure out what kind of design I want, what I'm going to use for my roofing material, whether it's debris or moss or whatever. But we got to get on this before it rains this evening. I want it level, kind of with this. Maybe it's stronger than I think. I want to break. Won't break. Okay. I'll find a different one. Sometimes things just don't work out. We want one ridge pole. Like that. I'll tie this down, secure that. And then I'm going to run poles this way. I want enough room that I can actually sit inside this thing if it's going to be raining. Now I want a bunch of poles this way. This will take quite a few poles. Okay. 15, maybe more. Then I'm going to have to tie all these two. I'm trying to get straight ones, straight as possible. I think that's going to be, this is, for my idea, going to work out just fine. Well, I'm getting there with my poles. What I want to do is I've got little branches like this. I tried to get as many down as possible so I didn't have to clean off as many, but I gotta chip these off. Just make it smooth. Some of my poles are moving a bit. I'll tighten them after. I need one more here at least, and probably 4 or 5 more on that. I have got my strapping ready for my waterproof materials. I don't know what I have around. I gotta go search. But it's coming. And so is the rain. It's not really sure what I'm going to find for putting on my roof. I don't see skunk cabbage. DJ's over here building shelter too. You know, shelter building I enjoy to do. You've seen other shelters I've made, and I really do enjoy it. I'm going to collect a bunch of materials to cover the roof with, and hopefully it's going to be waterproof when the rain starts. They say it might start raining tonight, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow. So that is a good thing when you do a shelter build, to actually prove the worth of the shelter, the design, and how well it works. Probably get to test both our shelters out and see whether they leak or how they do. Again, we're running out of daylight. These projects, they do take time. Okay, I'm walking this trail, and I came to kind of a swampy area, and I've got some skunk cabbage. It's not as big as, oh, actually I see quite a bit over there. It's not quite as big as some of the stuff I've used in the past, but if I could actually get enough, that'd be ideal. I'll put some bracken fern for a little more support, shingle it, put moss over to hold all the leaves in place. Yeah, I see a lot here. Okay, I think I'm in luck. Come there. It's a little muddy down here. Over there. And I see a bunch. This is really what I was hoping for. All right, let's get collecting some skunk cabbage. Not all the leaves are great. Like I say, I just take 2 or 3. I mean, some of these aren't even worth collecting, really. They're small. They're not the best. It looks like a lot, but I might even need a bit more. I'm trying to pick the ones that I could, and I don't know, I might have to find more. Well, that's about all I can carry right now anyway. It's quite a stack. I heard DJ's a little upset over there. He's working on a shelter, and I guess it fell apart or crashed to the ground or something. It wasn't secured enough or something. But anyway, I kept my poles close together, like maybe 6 inches, some of them not even. The reason was because I saw some skunk cabbage, but it's just tiny, tiny stuff. Okay. Now I got into a spot where we got some big stuff. So I'm going to keep working on my shelter. I mean, it's too bad this fell apart. I'm pretty sure that we'll get this finished before dark. I'd like to get a fire, but I'm not sure. It really takes longer when you're out here, like I say. In a survival situation, I mean, you got to get on things right away. We did in a sense, but you know, I haven't eaten for 2 days. I didn't eat yesterday. I haven't eaten today. We don't have a lot of light left. I can't even go fishing really. I gotta get this done. Hopefully get a fire done, but if I don't, I guess I just crawl under the moss. But just pulling these trees out and dealing with that, your hands look at, you just get covered in pitch. That's what happens when you're in the great outdoors. You should get these to stay nice. The only thing is, you see how the stems want to go through? Like that. So, I mean, my first row, I may have to just tie the stems to one of the logs to just hold them as I go. You know, I wasn't trying to make fun of DJ. I've had things go wrong in the bush, building shelters, and they fall apart like that. It's so frustrating. And especially, you know, like if the weather is adverse, you really need the shelter, and then all of a sudden, that happened to Carly on the own show, actually. She got her shelter just done and it all collapsed and fell apart. So, I mean, the way I built this, it's pretty sturdy, but I might even try where I lifted that one end up, wrap that whole pole right around the whole stump so that it doesn't slide this way or can't move, because I'm not really sure about this one post that I have, so I don't want it moving. So I might do that before I get too far. Sometimes you just gotta figure out where it will fit best. It's too small. So now that I went as far as I did, I got some moss, and I want to just hold these leaves in place so the wind doesn't blow them around. I mean, I don't want to overweight the thing, but enough moss, hold the leaves where I want them. I just keep doing that as I go too. I don't get a windstorm, and then I gotta layer them again. That looks pretty cool, eh? I'm running out of daylight. I don't think I need a fire, but I'd like to at least collect enough moss to put over myself tonight, because that was pretty chilly last night. There we go. And isn't that pretty cool? You always get some of these stems that stick down like this, but you see I've tied quite a few of them. I have tied to support the other ones. Then with the moss, it's going to hold the leaves in place so that you know, the wind doesn't move them around or blow them. It's not likely that it will blow them off. So I should be good to go under here. I haven't had anything to eat. A few huckleberries. I've been eating huckleberries during between projects, rest time, this and that. But pretty cool shelter. I'm really happy with it. You know, here checking on DJ's site. I see he's got his shelter just open. You in there? You see you got the fire near the entrance, which must be nice.
Oh, it's roasty. I can sleep in here without a jacket. I can put the door up and finish this one wall on the one side.
Yeah.
I think I'll be able to sleep just fine with a nice bed and jacket off.
Combination of cedar boughs and moss.
Yeah, it's one of the better shelters.
That's cool.
Should be all right. I just have to slide down a little bit and be fine.
Right on. Well, you're gonna get wet and cold. I gotta get my I'm using the inner strands, so I can just basically, I'm going to tie this here for now. So I can just try to strip them all out all at once. Not pretty easy. I got 2 strands. Now I can do this 2 ways. I can square knot, drop it, which is right over left, left over right. The other way that I sometimes tie these lines together is you just hold them both together like this, and then just loop them through the loop, and that's basically the same idea as, and that'll never slip, never come apart. Now I've got about 24 feet. I'm going to put 4 together and then wind it on a stick so it doesn't get all tangled. Piece of fat wood I found for my line. You can just smell it. Yeah, that's really cool. I'm just going to carve a little groove about 3 inches long for the line to wrap around nice and easy. Get that done. Just a groove like that. Both sides. Well, I'm ready to just go fishing here, folks. This way, your line will not tangle me. Now I've got about 48 feet of line. And way out there today, I had a little bit of trouble getting the hook through because of the thickness of the line. But I did get it. There you go. Beautiful handling set. Beautiful set. Well, I'm heading down to the lake to try my fishing and see what I can find, and I found something interesting. One of the amanitas. Amanita muscaria. I'll show you. Very toxic. There are some that are a little more toxic. These are red and orange with the white freckles that actually are bumpy. You can see they stick out. But they do use them for certain medicinal purposes. They say that it's good for depression, and they do use them in some kind of form, but you do not cook and eat these mushrooms. Yeah, something with those amanitas, like there's about 600 varieties of the amanita. Hopefully I get a fish, folks, because, man, some meat and not just berries would be great. It's not very easy access to the lake itself. There's a lot of salal and just thick brush near the edge. Looks like someone killed a big raft at one point. Cool. Some spikes on the board. But it's a good spot to unravel my line. Oh, I did find a worm. I'm going to stick them in Taiwan as a pullover. Before I film this. Oh yeah, I can go further in there. Step on my stick that unraveled the line with, so I don't. It would be nice to get the 6 to 10 12 feet. Keep an eye on that harbor. Stick. Maybe 15 minutes. No action yet, but I've seen one surface close to where my ball is. So I mean, they do come in close to shore through these lily pads. I'm hopeful. Yeah, I'm hopeful. But hey, what's 3 days living on berries? Not the end of the world. But it is raining. And you get wet and you need that fire even if I don't get a fish. Dry out for a bit. Well, it's been about half an hour in this spot. No action. So I'm just going to try another spot on the lake a little further. Just try different. Oh, just wait. My bobber's moving. I'm not kidding. Look. It just was moving. I don't know if you'll see it. It was. I was just getting ready to go. I've seen it move. Probably won't see it on this camera. Yeah, it went down right when I was getting ready to go. Well, maybe I'll stay here for a little bit more. Look, there it goes. See, he's nibbling. I came to another spot. Hopefully he didn't get off. I'm fighting with all this debris and the lily pads. Oh no. Okay, let me try to untangle himself. There, he came. Okay. Oh, okay. Finally. Oh. All right, little cutty. I got a little cutty. He's not big, but I do not want this one getting away. Okay, well, I thought I was going to lose him when he got on that lily pad. Now, okay, he's only about 8 inches, but I don't care, man. Living off berries is not cutting it for me. Really good to get my fish, I'm telling you. Like, oof. Let's see if we can find some kind of mushrooms. That would make my day. Nice. These are very sour, but I really like them. Oh, they're sour. They're as sour as lemon, but I do like them. Yeah, the huckleberries have been my staple since I've been here. Bingo. Found a little patch of chanterelle here. A couple of them don't look very good. This one's mushy. This one's kind of sluggy and mushy. I got a couple of good ones. There we go. As you know, I do a lot of mushroom picking with Joe, and he's kind of a mushroom expert. I mean, not everybody knows all the mushrooms. They figure that there's over 100,000 species of mushrooms, and they've only discovered about 20,000, or not even 20. I really enjoyed this adventure so far, you know, and haven't suffered that much. I mean, the first night was kind of chilly, but it was clear skies, the stars were out, and it was a lot colder than when it clouded over, and even when it was raining. And I've got more adventures coming up, folks, so keep the bell on. Back, cook up some mushrooms and some fish. Now we're ready to attempt our bow drill. Got everything ready. I've got my little pieces here. I've got some fine shavings that I shaved sideways like I was showing earlier. My socket. Okay, here we go. I don't know if I like that angle, but well, I gotta turn because I'm hitting the stump with my drill, with my bow. No, okay, well, flipped out on me the first time, but I know it was working well. I might have been holding it differently last time. Got it. Take it out of the wedge now. Right there. And then I can transport this piece of big bark to my fire spot over there. It's about big enough to attempt, and if it doesn't go, then I'll just build the pole bigger again. Wait till it turns red, and we'll give her a go. There we go, folks. Take that to my fire pit that I already have ready, and we're off. Okay, so I got a little bit of water in here, and I'm gonna put my fish in there, and mushrooms. Steam my mushrooms, cook my fish at the same time. Okay. No, I always get the camera too low, it seems. I do that a lot. Well, DJ's off. He's trying to catch a fish. I am so hungry. I'm telling you. Could let it cool a bit though. Chanterelles and fish. Last week. The chanterelles are good. Try my little fish. Yeah, it's little, but I'm telling you, man. After all this time with berries, I'm happy to have it. I just threw it in the pot with the mushrooms because, man, I'm hungry. That is good. Little cutty. So good. Oh, yeah. That mushroom and fish combination, perfect. Nothing wrong with steaming your fish with your mushrooms. After 2 days of berries, I'm telling you, I'm sure glad to have this. I'll finish this up. It's getting dark again, but it's our last night here. Day 1 was a little rough on me. Day 2 went pretty well for me. Now I got that fish, perfect ending. But, you know, like realistically, what's 3 days without food? Not a big deal. Almost choked on a bone. That would have been a bad ending. Okay, I'm gonna head to bed soon here. Well, good morning. It is day 4. Well, good morning. Day 4. I'm gonna pack. I'm trying to do my finishing this morning. It is day 4. Time to pack up. It's been a pretty good adventure. And I thank you all for watching. And there's more adventures to come. So keep the bell on. And we'll see you on the next adventure. And get packed up and head on out of here. I like these challenges. I do. So anyway, there'll be more of them in the future, I'm sure. I had a good time. Thankfully, I got that fish yesterday. And that was awesome. The mushrooms were great. I was really grateful to have both. We'll see you on the next one.
Want to take the next step with Entivio? Then it's time to talk to your healthcare provider. With Entivio, you may be able to pay as little as $5 per dose. Plus, our team can help connect you with additional support programs. Entivio.
See,
It tickles. Not tonight.
when spiders show up,
Ooh.
so do we. Terminix it.
Fire time. Just a new sense of hope. I'm Greg Ovens.
And Amos Rodriguez.
And this is the 30-day survival challenge, Vancouver Island. There's only one rule. If you want to eat, you're going to have to catch and cook it first.
Cheers.
If you're just tuning in, don't forget to check out the link in the description below for the series playlist so you can start on episode 1. And when this episode's over, check out that playlist and you can watch Amos's side of the adventure.
Good morning. And man, oh man, did it rain yesterday. We couldn't really do anything. It was just a downpour all day. Wind blowing the tarps. And, well, it was easy to make coffee. Just hold the pot there for 2 seconds and you got your coffee water. But today it is sunny out. So we might have to go back fishing. We don't know what the weather is going to be like. So any sunny day like this, we should get out and probably try to get some fish. I'm sure they're going to lift this ban and we can actually cook some fish up on the fire and do something on the fire would be nice. Yeah, maybe we should go fishing. Let's try this stuff. Yeah. I thought we were going to have to build an ark. We got enough wood here for an ark, but it would take quite a while to build. So we're taking advantage of the sunny weather. We're going to go to the fishing spot again. And hopefully I can catch a salmon this time. You guys are probably getting restless seeing me fish and not catch anything. Always the same difficult hike. Well, I mean, there's a good trail, but it's just a long hike up and then down and around. Little caterpillar. There's the a lot of huckleberries. Get out of there. So we decided to hike this kind of obscure old logging road trail kind of deal because we know there's a lake in here. We haven't been able to find it, but we're going to walk in here a bit, see if we can't find this lake, because then maybe we can get some trout just to add to the adventure, add to the variety. Not supposed to be too far, I don't think, by the looks of the maps, from where we are, from where we go fishing every day. So we kind of veered off on this other trail, and we're going to check it out for a little bit. Yeah, we've gone quite a ways, and we see the lake, but so far it doesn't look like there's any easy way to get to it. So, boy, I don't know how far we've gone. So those little mushrooms that I showed you there on the ground are the beginning of puffballs. They start off with that little stem, little button on the top, but then they turn into the bigger puffballs. So there's lots of those around. So we're definitely probably going to have another feast of puffballs. All the rain we've been having, we're bound to have a lot more mushrooms now. This was a bit of a sidetrack, taking this trail to try to find the lake. We can see it, but it's still going to be bushwhacking to get to that lake. So, but nothing's easy on Vancouver Island in this thick bush. It's just almost impossible to get through spots. The weather's changed and it's starting to rain, and I didn't bring a coat. That's not ideal. See what happens. See how wet I can get. just try near the river here for a bit because, oh, I see salmon jumping, and I don't know if that's a most caught another one. Well, the fish are jumping closer to the ocean over here, but this is not going to be good for me. Store going in again. Can't win. Try something else, I guess. Back to my map spinner. A little chilled, a little chilled. See blue sky, it might clear up again. Now we're getting that torrential rain again. So I'm gonna find a place to sit. Let Amos fish. He seems to be catching them anyway. Maybe I can weather it under a tree somewhere. Like I always advocate. Big trees, you can see. There's lots of shelter here. I think it's just a temporary thing, but I don't want to get soaked in the meantime because it's pouring out again. And this is even better. I'm kind of right under the root of this big overhanging tree that's leaning. Poof, perfect here. Not even a drop. Just calming down. It'd suck to be a moose out there even though he's got a coat because this is the kind of rain that will just get through almost anything, even a raincoat. The weather just changes this time of year so fast. I mean, it was beautiful. And then all of a sudden, bang, the clouds roll in and we got all this rain again. So it's just something we have to deal with. But I'm not going to deal with it out there when I can be under this big stump here. I'm not into hypothermia. This is exactly what happens to hikers that get lost or have to spend a night. They go unprepared, no raincoat, they're in shorts and a t-shirt because it's warm and sunny. And then a storm like this rolls in and people die every year hiking around of hypothermia because they weren't prepared. And I'm not prepared either, but you know, under this tree, I can dry out and never leave home without a lighter, like I keep saying, because you can at least start a fire, even if you're unprepared. Fire ban or not, if your life's on the line, you're going to have a fire to dry out and keep from getting hypothermia. Oh boy. So I go back to check on Amos. He had a lingcod. I just get there. He caught a big salmon, another nice salmon. The guy's a killer fisherman, obviously. So I'm trying to get footage of it with his GoPro on the pole, and I'm standing on the rocks, and a wave came up and hit me all the way up to my waist. So now I'm soaking wet. Just what I needed when I was already cold and wet. Filled my boots right up. Like, this is ridiculous. Look at this. Yeah. Not really what I wanted when I'm already wet and cold. But he got a fish. Nice coho again. I am just not sure what's going on here. It's like there's some kind of curse. Every time I go near the ocean, a big wave splashes me, gets me soaked. And I cannot even get a bite when it comes to fishing. He's just pulling them in left and right. I'm using the same gear. It's like there's some kind of curse going on here. And I don't know what it is. We have this phone number. It's been raining so much. We're thinking, okay, we got to check on this fire ban. Okay, it's just a recording. Hey, fire ban was lifted yesterday, man. Awesome. Oh, okay, man. But the fire ban's off, man. Right on. Right on. All right, we could have had a fire yesterday, but now, since we're soaked, we can dry our clothes and cook, man. Fire time. Dark. Fire. We created fire. One thing you'll notice is behind me, we have no shortage of wood. We are going to bathe in excitement this island. Just a new sense of hope now that we can have fire. Like, it's just so discouraging if you can't have fire and everything's so wet. Demoralizing is what it is. As far as the smoker goes, it'll be 5 times faster, more. Dry our clothes out when it's pouring rain. Thank goodness. I'll never take fire for granted again. So how's it looking?
Mr. Boots.
It's okay. I'll just grab the backup sticks. Backup sticks? I didn't afford that money bags.
The lowest prices of any national grocery store. It's an all there.
Can't go? Discover new Dopalax liquid gel. Reactivates your natural gut rhythm overnight.
Thinking about switching to 5G home internet? Think again. When their networks get busy, calling and texting wins, and your home internet pays the price. Stick with Armstrong to get more data, more speed, and internet whenever you need it. Armstrong, keeping you connected.
So you're telling me there's some random person on the other end of this tube takes your spare change, rounds it up to the nearest dollar, and buys Bitcoin for you?
Yeah, basically.
Give me 17 cents on Bitcoin.
Round up spare change into saving stocks of Bitcoin, and you use your Cash App card.
Oh, I'm creating extra smoke with leaves of alder, green alder, and everything is looking pretty decent, man. The fish starting, okay. The fish started to get a smoke on.
Oh man, you keep dropping. Okay, well, I'm gonna eat that one now.
That one is good.
Okay, we got more fish now.
Now we have some fish, yeah.
Thanks for the fish. That is so good.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Man, is that
So
good.
good.
But now we can smoke stuff even faster. We can use fire. That was a real nuisance with the pan and the Coleman. Burned up so much propane. Ruined the frying pan pretty much. But it was working.
Really hard to explain how good this is.
People wouldn't even understand.
After you've been hungry and hiking so much and then waiting so many hours on the smoker,
Mm,
Unbelievable.
perfect job.
Unreal.
So nice and moist too, eh?
Right now, just the outside a little small,
Mm-hmm.
but moist in the inside.
Fire's getting a little big. Maybe it should catch in some fire. That means you know about fire shelters down, don't you?
I do have an idea or two about that. What happened to the big pile of logs in that place? Oh, they had a smoker. This is a good batch.
So good. Skin you can have. Oh, I'm just enjoying having this fire, man.
Finally have one, man. We got one more to cook over here over the fire. We'll cook it before dinner.
I think we need to cook some of it up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty hungry.
Yeah. It's
That's a lot of hiking just to go get fish. Well, I mean, say just, but we need the fish, but that is a long hike.
we got fish to fry tonight.
Oh,
Over the fire.
I'm sure glad you catching fish. I started feeling cursed. I'm thinking, okay, well, this can't be happening. I don't get any bites. Every time I come to see you, you've got a fish on.
That's
Just right
crazy.
then.
How can that be?
And then I go down to try to catch a fish for you, and I get splashed by a wave.
Yeah, that's so weird.
This is what's happening to me.
Oh no. Yeah, but that's true. You haven't had luck out there, but we haven't put a good day in it. You know, it's always been pretty quick.
Now we can have fires, so
Yeah, exactly.
I think our luck's about to change.
Yeah.
I want to catch a spring.
Yeah.
So we have this plan. We're gonna go back into town, little town over here, maybe an hour's drive.
But it's not even a town. There is one store. It's all crown lawn except for 3 little houses.
But what we want to do is rent another kayak for Amos, and we want to take a river trip where the big springs might be hanging out.
Yeah, we've been thinking about it. He already's got a kayak on this car. We have to charge one of our battery packs because we need to keep charging batteries. So might as well rent a kayak and make an adventure of it. So we can come back with 2 kayaks, drop off at the river, and go try to catch the big fish out in the ocean.
You know, because we've been in this location quite a while, we want to give you something else on the series too. So a little river adventure would be really cool. This is really good to be able to dry our boots, and it lifts our spirits up so much just to be able to have a fire to cook on. Now Mose can dry his bow out.
So I harvested this when it was a living branch. The branch out of a tree, so it was soaking wet, it was dripping water. Now it's getting a little bit drier, but it's not at the dryness we need it. So we will slowly put them on the fire, back and forth. I'm gonna brace it backwards and do this over and over and over in front of the fire.
I'll use the headlamp and I'll go and clean the ling prod. This fireweed. Just got to be careful in the dark on these logs. It's pretty slippery. Finn does good. Well, Finn, I want you with me in case of bears. There's not much guts on these kind of fish. But hard to pull out. That's about it, really. Finn, where'd you go, you coward? Sneaking off. Are you thinking like hang both fish there?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, because it's quite a bit of heat. Early, and quite a bit of small, so.
Well, there's an item that doesn't get used very often. Not in a survival situation. I had to bring a brush, you know, to keep looking pretty. Yeah, that's it.
I want to take advantage of the smoke and the heat of the fire, and also keeping away from predators like mice.
Well, it's the mice. I mean, you know, we know that, right?
All right.
Here's the first one. Let's see. As long as it can hold your big fish, I don't know.
I'm gonna give it a pre-smoke. This is fresh today, clean fish, and now we can have a fire here. So we made a little rack where all the smoke is kind of like circling up.
Stabilize it.
Look how cool that looks.
Huh.
Oh my gosh.
You should be happy. Nobody goes hungry on your ship.
No, I don't mind the watch, man. No, no, if I have water. This will make good soup and good steaks. Maybe more in the smoker tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I want to take.
I wouldn't mind a chunk like for breakfast. I like this tail without bones.
That's right. You like the tail. Yeah. I want to smoke some so we can take a snack. When we are kayaking, we're going to be struggling to get this big spring salmon out of the water, so we're going to need a snack.
Oh, yeah, we will. There's no doubt. That was an awesome day. You know, I'm going to be totally honest. I was getting a little frustrated getting wet. And the hikes, you know, you start to get tired and things get on you, start to irritate you. But so I had a bad day, but it ended beautiful. We can have a fire now. And I think that lifted my spirits probably 50%. Just bang. As soon as I knew we're able to have fires, it was a night and day as far as my state of mind went. The time is flying. We're having a great time. We're getting along great. We both got a smile on our face tonight. Going to bed. See you in the morning. I love the bush through and through. If you don't like it, there's something wrong with you. Morning. Looks like it's going to be sunny. A little bit of cloud here and there. It changes off and on. Oh, crying out loud. Going to build my fish set line trap today, for sure. I imagine Amos will keep working on his bow because the time is actually going quite quickly. There's days where I feel a little lightheaded, fatigued. This is about the time in the adventure where I start thinking about pizza and things like that, hamburgers. Get off the smoker, please.
With Chase, you can get a debit card for your kids' independence and parental notifications, so you can keep an eye on how they're using it. Still on budget. Control for parents, freedom for kids. That's family banking from Chase.
Rice field.
At Bob's Furniture
furniture heroes like Kimberly have small space solutions for every budget, like sectionals with hidden storage, pop-up sleepers, and bedroom sets with a dresser or chesser at no extra charge. Oh my mom!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Still spillage. Too much for my spout. So now we're allowed fires. The only problem will be where to find firewood. Well, I'm just going to look for the parts for my fishing set line. Probably only catch ling cod on it. The salmon, they want movement with the lure and everything else. I think this guy will work for my two side posts. Dovetails, that's what we're doing, which should make it tighter than just tying it with paracord. I love making set line fish traps. You're in a survival situation, you can set several up, they'll do the fishing for you, automatically set the hook. It's so important to know some of these traps. Now you can see I got a nice dovetail. Just got to clean it up. Isn't that a beauty? I'm going to need 4 like that. Because I want a tight fit. Now look at how tight that is. Can't even move it. There we go. Maybe I should have used a straight piece. Thought I had it figured, man. Ah, I gotta find a straight piece. This is not gonna work. That'll work. I got my frame done. Fire going still. Fish up here. Kind of drying in the sun and the smoke. I don't know where Amos is, but he's got his bow. He's got a bit of tension on it now. So I'm glad the project's coming along for him. And that's one thing about Amos. He's skilled at making primitive hunting weapons, throwing sticks, primitive bow like what he's working on. And that's going to be cool if he gets something with that. Like, all he's basically allowed to hunt is grouse, like game birds, but he really wants to get one with his homemade arrows, homemade bow. That's his specialty, primitive weapons. I'm just going to heat up a little bit of coffee from this morning. I've been working pretty hard on that trap. Didn't quite go as smooth as I wanted, but it's worked. I got two things to do to it still. I got to put a stop stick and a trigger. It'd be nice to figure out a way to have a sponge bath in one of these pools. I'd have to just use the creek, even though it's cooler water. Hair's feeling pretty bad. Yeah, could use a sponge bath. I think this will work for my trigger. It's got a little give in the stop stick, but we just grab another one while I'm out on the beach here, because you gotta crawl over the logs every time if it doesn't work. Towards the water. I can hear my whole trap creaking. That's a lot of tension. I can see the flex in the cedar, so that might be tight enough. I don't want to break them. Okay, I think we're all right. I hear creaking, but I don't think it's going to break. Snap. I was going to put a stop stick, but I don't need it because this is going to stop it. You're going to see a face in here, like a Sasquatch. I think I can use something like this even. It's got a little knot here. I think that'll work for my trigger. And basically, I want this little nub to go in here and hold it. See, I gotta go deeper. Oh, that's holding pretty good. I'm just gonna test it. See, that's pretty touchy. Okay, it's holding. I want it fairly touchy. So then my fishing line will tie onto here, and I will leave extra line at the back to tie the trigger. I can tie a loop, just a loop even, in the fishing line that goes underneath the back of the trigger. So when the fish comes, wham. Beauty. Check on my radish patch. It's hard to say we'll get any radishes, but I hope so. You hungry, Finn? Amos, he had to go and have a nap. He's worn out, he says, and it's not that we're not eating. It's just everything, whether it's berries or fish, is such a long way to go. There's not any berries on the beach. Can't fish that side of the ocean. Weather's a little better today. We put up with all the rain, but man, that was worth it to get the fire ban lifted. So now we're styling for the last 2 weeks. I did come here a couple of weeks prior to picking Amos up at the airport, but then I had that bed bug situation, which basically ruined the entire trip. So I never did scout the location. So we were kind of scouting it when we got here, which took a little while to find a spot. What's this guy? Okay. Those berries. Eat this. Eat it. Eat it. There you go. Finn likes berries too. Some tender ones from the bottom. You can see they're dripping, which usually means they're fresh. As soon as I break them, they start dripping. So they're really good. Centipede in that one. Oh, I'll drop it. Well, I got no huckleberries, so I may as well put mushrooms in here. Yeah, the huckleberries just, I don't know, they're few and far between. So I went to the stump, collected some more to the sulfur shelf, and that'll be a nice treat again. I think I picked all the huckleberries through here. The bushes, I don't know, the bears are getting them too, I'm sure. But there just isn't a lot of huckleberries anymore right here. So we'll take right here. So
Want to take the next step with Entivio? Then it's time to talk to your healthcare provider. With Entivio, you may be able to pay as little as $5 per dose. Plus, our team can help connect you with additional support programs.
Entivio. Getting online protection is easier than you think. Switch to the DuckDuckGo browser today.
Nobody likes a cracked windshield.
What was that?
No, but you can go to safelight.com and get it fixed now and pay later. Awesome. SafeLight can come to you for free. Don't wait. Get it fixed now and pay later at safelight.com.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
What's your favorite school snack?
Fruit snacks.
Hello. I just see these two snacks behind me.
What do you think about these things?
I think I want to eat them. Thank you.
Go back to school with Welch's Fruit Snacks. Real fruit, real delicious.
this is a nice fork, I think. We'll take this. No, stop biting that thing. Sun drying some fish. Looks good. And some soup. And a fire. Nice. I'd like to reset that mouse trap, but I don't really like the way the one rock sits. Maybe I'll have to fix that. Be nice to, maybe I can even catch a mouse. Can't seem to catch fish. Let's see. You can't eat the fish, man. You have dog food. These are good. Not as good as last time though, eh? They're starting to get corky too. Looking at the smoked fish here. Boy, it looks pretty good. I gotta have a piece of that. Look at that. That is so good. Done just right. Doesn't get any better. Man, you sure did a good job of smoking this fish. That's awesome. You'd think the mosquitoes would be finished soon. You know, it's September, man. Oh yeah, it was hot. Yeah, I was sweating out there. Had our mushrooms, a little bit of fish, feeling pretty good. Really towards the end of the night like this, like it's just about dark, really start to feel a little tired. I gotta stretch out. I got my trap done. I'm happy about that. Anyway, I've had enough. I'll see you in the morning. Morning. We have a little bit of an issue. We don't have any charged batteries anymore. The power pack is dead. And this is the last battery I have for this camera. We're just out of batteries for all the cameras. So we have to pack that big power pack up to the truck and find a place that we can charge it again to finish the rest of the series. You know, we're killing batteries off just getting footage of Amos reeling in fish. Just kidding there. But yeah, he's got a lot of fish. So it's just awkward, eh? All you gotta do is step on the wrong log and lose your footing. Well, we made it about 100 yards. Get it, Finn. Get your stick. Eat all the berries you can. You're gonna need them. It's not playtime. So we found a nice man here at the Holberg store that's letting us use the power to charge our gear. So we're hiking back to camp here. It took hours to charge the battery pack so that we have batteries. Now we got batteries, but it's 100% charged. It's almost dark now. And as you can see, it's so dark on the trail that you can't even see. Turn the light on, you can kind of see the trail. Found a snack on the way. You like munch berries? I'm not big on them, but it's actually amazing when you go through the thick forest how dark it is. I needed the light. Now you get out kind of in the open, you can actually see a little bit. The thick rainforest like this is really interesting. Puddles of water everywhere. Slippery on the roots. Yeah, you look pretty. You look pretty. So I don't know. We're thinking maybe we just, for the last week and a half, go to a different location where the seas are calmer, can use the kayak, and still have success and not have to bike like 5 miles a day. It's killing us, man.
The tide is really high today, and we're not even in full moon yet. But as you can see, it's the Pacific Ocean. Pretty rough, man.
And you know what I heard is it's a pretty big ocean.
It is a big one, huh?
I mean, look at these waves coming in, folks. I mean, look at that. So how are you going to use a kayak out there? I didn't think it would take all day to get that thing charged and everything, eh? Now we just had a surge that came right up into here. We haven't even hit like the highest tides yet. It looks to us like where we have our camp could start and get dangerous. We might get flooded out. It's starting to look like that because we've never seen the tide this high. And obviously the logs that we're camped at are there for a reason. Hey, Amos?
Yeah.
Right? So like something put them there and it's probably the ocean.
They're wrong.
So we're thinking, ay, man, we don't want to get swamped by a big storm one night and have ocean water coming over the logs where we're camped and just crashing all our gear, our hammocks, scrambling for high ground in the middle of the night. I think it's safer if we find somewhere different. We came back, wanted some salmon to eat, and checked the smoker. We've had the fish smoking in there for a few days, and all the fish was gone. We think it's probably that mink or martin. Don't laugh, it's not funny. Something took all the fish out of the smoker. Every little scrap. You know, we're not supposed to eat, I guess, just the wildlife. So now we're back to square one, no food. And even with the tarp down, something got in there. It's got to be an animal like that. It wasn't a mouse that packed all the fish off. We thought it was fine because it's been fine for a couple days. And obviously we come back tonight, it was not as fine as we thought. And that, you know what, that was some of the best smoked fish I've ever had. Amo spent 2 days smoking that fish. Like, he just did such an awesome job of that. Talk about disappointing, right? And there was a whole pile in there. And it's every scrap of it gone. And, oh yeah, here's the other thing. We wanted to kayak down this river route. And when we were charging the power pack, we were told that you can't fish for spring salmon in that area. It's closed. So now we have to find a different spot. We can't do the original canoe trip we had planned because you can't fish in that area for salmon. So, but I mean, this is the way life is, right? You know, like, life is not a box of chocolates. Like, you don't just go somewhere and everything works out. When you're trying to live off the land and trying to procure your own food, procure, is that the right word? But I love Amos's attitude. I mean, he's such a positive man. You know, great spirit. What point is there in getting mad at the situation? The critters took the food. So, but it's been an awesome trip, man. I hope you're enjoying the scenery. You know, I hope you're enjoying all of the adventure with us, because it has been exciting and fun. There's been frustrating times, but you're gonna have them. You're gonna have the frustrating times, because, you know, you're out here for a long time. And a lot of times, things just don't go right like they did today. I'm Greg Owens. I'll see you in the morning.
Amos Rodriguez Survival and Ovens Rocky Mountain Bushcraft are brought to you by Fowler's Maker and Mischief Studios. Check out our shop here. And for the next video in the series, hit the link here. And don't forget to subscribe to Amos's channel and Ovens Rocky Mountain Bushcraft here. And thanks for watching the 30-Day Survival Challenge, Vancouver Island.
Geico motorcycle specialists know your bike like you do, so nothing can stop you from riding with confidence. Not even the garage you've been planning to organize since forever.
Maybe we can do the playroom next.
So get going and get more with Geico.
Hey guys, welcome to Camping with Steve. There's another roundabout. And this is busy. It's rush hour. People are coming. Just gotta try to sneak in there as best as possible and break in traffic. I think we have a break in traffic. Making a run for it. Okay, I'm safely in the roundabout, and I'll get set up and explain exactly what's going on. I've been doing my trip across the country, and I stopped at a hotel last night. Now, I looked out the window, and I saw this roundabout. And I looked a little further, there's a Cabela's, there's a Princess Auto, there's a Canadian Tire Stadium, and there's a perfect roundabout. So, I checked out this morning and decided to stay another night in the roundabout this time. Basic setup for tonight. This air mattress right on the ground. It's beautiful here. There's these soft needles. I swear, this is a trap. Like, when I saw everything so perfect here, it seems like a honeypot sting to catch me in the act. So there's this little stove to cook with, butane one. There's this little stool. Sold it at the beer store. So that packs up awesome, super sturdy, better than that little folding tripod chair I have. Got this little GSI Pinnacle stove thing to cook on tonight. And that's about it. Just a pretty simple, basic night here. And let's relax a little. Believe it or not, the name of the street I'm on is called Campo Drive. I think it's French, but the word camp is in there. Makes it seem even more suspicious, like this is a Truman Show thing where I'm going to get busted. It was just left out to tempt me. But I'll show you a few nice things with this roundabout. And this roundabout has these big concrete barriers all the way around it and big rocks over in other spots. Now, it's very rare that people wouldn't know how to use a roundabout, but in the case they didn't know how to use it and went right through, I would be perfectly safe back here, depending on their speed. When I checked into that hotel yesterday, they didn't ask for a license plate number, so I figured my car is safe there overnight without getting towed. And now I just kind of wait out the rush hour traffic. I'm not in a city park, so I don't have to worry about park rangers. Nobody wants that ranger danger. I just have to worry about police, which I did see one earlier, and by law enforcement type of thing. But I think I'll be fine as long as I stay in this roundabout. I am going to get out of this roundabout when the sun goes down because that hotel has a bar. And that'll solve my step 2 issues. I'm not going to go so far as to abuse the free breakfast in the morning because that's just in bad taste. But if I'm paying for a beverage, I don't see a problem there. It's about an hour until sunset, so I'm in here until then at least. I don't know what the light's going to be like in here. There are some street lights, but I don't know if they'll light it up well enough to see in here. I don't want to use the flashlight. Just a block away, there's a McDonald's with a lobby that's open until 10. So that solves the washroom situation. They're open again at 6 or 7 in the morning. So if I have to drop it like it's hot, I'll just run across the road there, and I can even grab breakfast while I'm at it. What I didn't mention is that there are crosswalks that go kind of around the perimeter. They don't go right up against this roundabout, but people will hear me if I'm being loud. Obviously, a very boring aspect of stealth camping is sitting around with water, but it's not step 2 time quite yet. I'm still on my vitamin kick like I mentioned in the last video. I've been doing that since basically July. I've even brought them with me tonight. So I'll go through every pill I'm taking because they're making me feel pretty good lately. It takes a long time to correct the vitamin deficiency though, especially B12. Looks like I'm going to have some ladybugs in here to keep me company tonight. As long as they're not stink bugs, they look kind of similar. And we don't want that issue to happen. I hate being landed on by things. And of course, this is a bus route too, so there's people waiting for the bus. Just got to keep it on the down low. Fight the urge, Steve. Don't walk out there. It's a big office tower on this side. This seems to be a computer company. I called them earlier to see when their office hours are until 5. So I think we're in the good now. Just probably a janitor in there sweeping up, cleaning the place up, make it look nice. And all these windows, they're going to be looking out of their offices at me crawling out of here in the morning. But they won't see me at night. There's like no problem here. Like it's so, the branches are so thick. Like, this will be a noisy sleep. Yes, I know I've done a roundabout before, and I normally like to just do an idea at once, except this one was right by last night's hotel, and it's just so perfect. I had to do it. I was here, I had the gear, and that's what it's all about. Taking your opportunities while you can and stealthing it up. More people accumulating at that bus stop, so the bus should be along soon. And a piece of fuzz on me. I think that's a wish. There's got to be a UPS depot around here or something, because there's been about 30 of these UPS trucks going by. As usual, I don't want to get everything set up until a little bit later, but it's one of these self-inflating air mattress pads. I will get that self-inflating. It always needs a little help at the end, but we'll get it going. I'm really excited to go to that hotel lounge. Another UPS truck. They just don't stop. UPS depot is a quarter mile away, half a kilometer, so that'll be going on in the morning first thing for sure. It is total pedestrian hour here. There's been a couple of them. I think one of them's loitering. What is it with people slingshotting around a roundabout in a sports car? The sun is set, and there's about a half an hour left at twilight. Then it'll be dark, and I can sneak over to that hotel lounge, have step 2. Then I gotta get back here, have some dinner. I got stuff to cook, get it all set up, and we're gonna hunker down. There's only one really good way out of this roundabout because there's so many boulders and barriers all over. It's kind of on this side facing that office building. Someone's just driving by right there and out through there. So he didn't see. So that's where I got to get out of here from. And it's kind of hard to see where the traffic is coming from on the other side. Like there's a roundabout, right? There's 4 roads all coming at it, and I can only see one tiny little spot at a time. So it's pretty much going to be a Hail Mary type of thing where I listen for traffic and then dart out after looking both ways across the road. This roundabout is bigger than the one I camped in last time, but there's less trees and it's way busier. It's got these conspicuous slip lanes and an inner circle. I'll show it on the map. It's a little more involved than the other roundabout I camped in, and it's posing an issue for me trying to get out of here at a reasonable hour, and I'm getting thirsty. I want to go into that hotel. It's not just the police and bylaw I got to worry about. There's security guards too. This is a business park. It's crawling with businesses. And they hire their security. They all team in together, guaranteed. They got them driving around like crazy. And there's buildings being constructed as well. And that's where everybody steals their stuff for build their tree houses and soapbox derbies, if kids still do that. So they're on the lookout. And I don't know when this rush hour ends, but I sure hope soon.
Dog Chow's mission, a life-saving PTSD service dog for every veteran in need.
The cloud is limitless, but without limits, your business is exposed. Tenable sees cloud risks others miss, so you can close cyber exposures fast. Tenable, your cloud exposure ends here.
We put it through the worst, so you get its best. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality.
Dove Men Plus Care.
Welcome to the team. Thanks.
That's the finger palm. Dove Men helps neutralize odor-causing bacteria that thrive when stress sweat.
Really needs more salt.
Get comfortable, but not uncomfortable. Care changes everything.
The streetlights have come on and they're shedding a lot of light on the subject. And the subject is me. The good news is... the good news is I'm not going to have to use my flashlight to cook tonight. So stealth-wise, we got this locked up. This is all right. It's calming down a little bit, so I'm going to see about crawling out of here. And we'll just do a walk around all the crosswalks and go from there. Okay. Let's go. All right, now we go. Just out here, going for a walk. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. basically from out here, this is what it looks like. Very well lit. And that actually does make it harder to see kind of into the woods. All right, so that's going to be home for the night. Okay, so that lounge was pretty good. They sold me a little bit to go, which is all right. I'm just kind of casually waiting for the traffic. Okay, let's go. Here we go. I think we're good. And, okay, let's run. All right. Now we're talking. So my roundabout is pretty secluded right now. Tonight in the roundabout, I'm gonna make some pad thai from the kit from the grocery store. Rice noodles are all cooked. All it requires is a healthy dose of the sauce that comes with the kit. Some chicken in there. Bean sprout. Well, they're even good on their own. In theory. And the kit comes with these dried peanuts. I guess they're normally dry already. Spices, etc. Get a little lime in there. Let's see. This is good roundabout pad thai. Nice and calm out here. Just about ready for bed. But one thing's first. The vitamins, like I talked about before. So, what do I have to do every night? Try not to lose any, but I start with a couple of gummy vitamins. Next on the docket, magnesium. Take magnesium pill. Can't do a magnesium pill unless you chase it with zinc. B1, and take that. Basically, I got a B12 here. It goes under the tongue, sublingual. I have a melatonin slow release. It is certainly quiet out here. These rocks here give me very, very good reassurance. Not that I need it. everyone I've ever seen using a roundabout has done it properly. In the entire time I've seen people using roundabouts. But gonna get beds set up, and a beautiful spot. Absolutely beautiful. All roundabouts should be planted with trees like this. This thing packs up so light, and it's a down slash synthetic hybrid. That sounds good. Whip this out. Oh, that was a security guard for sure. Gonna have a fine sleep tonight. Now is the time to hunker down. Long drive tomorrow, but it was good to have another night here in beautiful Greater Ottawa. I'm gonna tuck in here. It's that time of year I got to use my jacket for a pillow. Morning, guys. I'm gonna pack up. It looks like they're starting some road construction, literally right outside of here. Of course, can't get a decent sleep in these roundabouts without crews coming in the morning. But yeah, I don't want to linger here. They're setting up their pylons. I still can't really sleep on this one side from my shoulder. Well, I haven't been able for months, but I'm just starting to be able to at least lay on it for a little bit. It's my favorite side to sleep on too, so it's inconvenient. I'll figure out how it works better. It's all packed up. Okay, so quick scan reveals nothing left behind here. Not for me. I've got a few scraps here and there. And as always, try to leave it better than when I showed up. And now, with the fancy work of getting out of here. Okay, well, let's do it. Yeah, there's major pylons and construction workers over there working on something. All right, that was an okay sleep until all this stuff started in the morning. And it happened on the last roundabout too. Actually, I got away from the last roundabout and I drove past like an hour later, and they were picking weeds all around and inside that roundabout. So that was crazy. But I'm gonna start the long drive to all the way through Quebec basically today. Got to get into New Brunswick. So what a little score. This little town here, this Canada place, is just what the doctor ordered in the stealth department. A few other spots around here that are quite good. But yeah, I was hoping to get a little more sleep. However, it's a long drive, and of course it is. Oh, tell me I didn't leave my phone in there. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so 7:30 in the morning. So yeah, I was hoping to at least sleep until 8. But yeah, the construction workers are hard at work. The honest folks of the world making it a better place. And of course, police drive by. My right as I'm filming. But okay, I'm gonna get in my car and get out of this awesome little stealthy town. Thank you everybody for watching, and please stay tuned. I got a couple more cool ideas, so I'll just keep grasping at straws here. Cheers, everybody. See you next time.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
The home with Duncan is where you want to be.
No matter what kind of teeth you got to brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
I want this trip. I want to finish it so badly. I really hope we can still do it. Well, we just got to our access point and we are beyond excited. First big trip of the season, and it's been an adventure already. We almost didn't get in here because of a road closure from a forest fire. We saw a bear, a moose, a wolf, and then another bear with two cubs on the way in. Only got footage of the one bear. The others ran off too quick. And these forest roads are always a bit of an adventure. We've got 250 kilometers ahead of us. Things are just getting started here.
I'm just working my way along the first portage to start the trip, and I realized I actually haven't done a portage trip, anything with any serious portages, since before we did Lake Nipigon, which is almost 2 years ago. So we'll see if I still have it in me. We got some portages and some whitewater. It's going to be an exciting one.
Here we go.
Yeah. Yeehaw!
How are you feeling?
Just wonderful.
Giddy as school kids.
Tickled as a pickle.
Trip's off to a gorgeous start here on Smy Lake, which is a seldom used access point. Got a bit of a paddle across it, and then we're going to try and put a dent in Smy Creek today. And then just find a beautiful spot to set up and ease into the trip. Life is too good right now. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the drive was pretty exciting. First lake was a jewel, so the anticipation just keeps building here. On to the first carry. Just non-stop oohing and ahhing here into Smy Creek. Second load here is way too much to bring it in one trip. Makes for a more comfortable experience and makes the portages less arduous as well. Carry number 2, short and sweet. Small rapid here that's runnable. It's going to move along all the way. Ready? Okay, so we're hugging the left and then hugging the right. Yeah. There's barely a line here, but it's pretty low consequence and safe as a portage. Just nice and slow here. Okay, hug that rock. We're gonna probably scrape this rock a little. Bounce off the log. Yeah. Good little warm up. And look at this.
We're starting to look for camp. We haven't seen anything yet, but we did find a little bit of snow. Must be the last of what's left.
This just went out here a few days ago in this region. About 30 degrees today, though. And how about this for campground? What a beauty. And some good tent pads back behind the woods. Oh, some nice cold water.
Yep, freshly melted.
I'm starving now.
Yeah. Well, we've got the tent set up and then break camp for the night, and we're gonna get dinner going soon. Made a friend. My problem is they're poop eaters.
Yeah.
I have to look out for the big guy. Hey, buddy.
When life's good, it's good. Delicious pierogies, delicious campsite. Aaron's gonna go lie down for a little bit and read, and I'm gonna have a look at the maps. So I've got a bunch of maps in here, but let's start with two. This one's covering the southern end of our route. We'll end here on Savant Lake, which is a giant through here. And today we started heading east down Smye Creek, stuffed around there, just about a 7-kilometer dent into the route for the travel day. And tomorrow we hope to put in a good one, heading north up the Flint River. That's the first leg of the trip, about 250 kilometers in total. So Flint River is the first leg, then the Agoki system over here, leg 2, not for too long, the Agoki, and then upriver on the Palisade. Should be beautiful. That's sort of the centerpiece of the route. And then upriver on the Savant River system, which is the longest and should be also a beautiful section. Everything east of this line is Wabakimi Provincial Park, one of my absolute favorites. And then to the west side is Crown Land, which is where we're starting on right now, public land. We're off to an ideal start here on day one. Know there are going to be challenges, especially going upriver, but the rewards I think are going to be, the juice will be worth the squeeze.
Uh-oh. Be in the tent.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Here, I'll open this.
Come on, buddy.
Got him.
There you go.
Getting to bed here. We'll be up first thing. Gotta put in a big day tomorrow.
Want to take the next step with Entivio? Then it's time to talk to your healthcare provider. With Entivio, you may be able to pay as little as $5 per dose. Plus, our team can help connect you with additional support programs.
Entivio, Entivio, Entivio.
Blockchain and crypto are transforming the way that cattle are traded.
the way we trade cattle today, we still rely a lot on checks. Where with crypto, you can have instantaneous transactions. You can transact 24 hours a day.
We're back. Say what? Wait, I want to do one more. We're back. Take a minute.
We said to bring some cabbage on this trip. We brought a head of it to give us some fresh vegetables early on. So we're gonna cut some up and we're gonna add it to our burritos this morning.
These are about to go in here. Good hearty breakfast.
If our bag's 69, then the straps balance out.
Classy. 7 o'clock and we are heading out.
Yeah, we are.
Put on a good day.
Miles over smiles. Hopefully both.
Both. Miles and smiles. So in an hour or two, we'll be inside Wabakimi. It'll be Aaron's first time.
Yeah,
How you feeling? What are your hopes and dreams?
this.
Yeah, more of this?
More of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm excited. It's hard to believe I grew up so close to it and haven't been yet, so it's overdue.
2 more carries on Smy Creek, and then we'll be into Wilkie. Smy Creek, Gorjo. Aaron's having a look here. No? Found the next trail beside that big root mat. And it's short and sweet again. Another pretty little paddle and we're on to the next trail. Trails are marked here, so usually that means a bit of trail finding. It's part of the adventure, it's fun, and we're hoping to put in a good day, but that might only be 20 kilometers and change with the number of obstacles, rapids, and portages, so we'll see what we can do.
Our second portage today is done and we're into Wilkie Lake.
The trail's been great so far, except for that one, which was not that well defined, but still okay. But we're hoping to skip the next ones for the most part and run the rapids down the Flint River, but really don't know what the rapids are like, so we'll have to scout them all. Coming into the northeast arm of Wilkie, there's a northwest wind. It's cold and the vibe's a lot different than yesterday, but today's actually a good travel day compared to what the forecast looks like for the next 2. Rapids ahead. Looks like it's gonna be a bit of a tangle, so we'll scout it. We'll be fine there. And then there's your strainer. That's a no. Too bad. Okay, onto the trail.
Alright, portage it is.
On the plus side, it was getting pretty chilly on the water, so we can warm up here.
Portage
Some
warm up.
snacks, some mango. We're good. On to Flint Lake.
Hopefully we don't make any sparks. Got a little swift here to welcome us into the Flint River, and then there should be a rapid around the corner that we're hoping we can run.
Yeah, there's looks pretty tangly with the trees growing in again. We'll have to scout it. Sadly, it's another completely unrunnable rapid. Tons of trees going over it. But easy trail. And we just put our dry suits on. Allow us to get our feet wet at portages, and if we do run something today, just slip them right on. Very drab out here today, but we're chugging along and making pretty good progress. Flint is pretty substantially burnt. This is an old burn, maybe 25 years or so, but a little ahead. Probably hit it tomorrow. There's a burn from 2 years ago.
Okay, let's see what we're dealing with.
At the first of that cluster of 4 rapids. This one's definitely runnable, but you can see the flow really does push into the sweeper. You have to make sure you miss it. Yeah, as soon as we get past that hole, just draw us right hard. Hard. Yep. Hard, hard, hard. Yeah. Nice. That was an exciting little run. Swift here, and then the next set. Don't think we'll be running that. Looks pretty tumultuous. So I wouldn't call this one unrunnable, but it's above our pay grade. Just tons of pin hazards, and it's long, difficult to scout at all. So it'll be a portage for us, and for some peanut butter and honey wraps. Late lunch break, some peanut butter and honey wraps, chocolate almonds. Pretty good.
Darn good.
This one looks a bit promising. It's gonna need a scout though. This helps a lot that the portage runs right beside it. Makes it possible to scout. Well, this one's pretty close, but it's still gonna be a portage. Come down here. There's a rock right there, another one here. You have to really thread the needle there.
And then there's this log.
Yeah, there's a good outflow, but we're not whitewater junkies, you know? It's gotta be fun.
Beginners.
This just seems a bit much. On to our last obstacle for the day. Portage is right there, but hopefully it's gonna be a friendly rapid. Well, it's not a good day on the whitewater front. The flow splits here. That one is a tangle. This one also has sweepers with a boulder right in the middle where there'd be any channel. So on to the portage, which is actually marked here. Last one of the day. Well, the bottom of this was exactly what we'd hoped for. Beautiful, exciting, clean run, but around the corner, not possible. Well, we're starting to see patches of the more recent burn, and it's generally looking pretty inhospitable here. But there was supposed to be a campsite on this point, which is unburnt, but there's absolutely nothing. So we'll keep going. It's becoming a pretty long day. Compared to yesterday's dreamland, this place just feels desolate. Not one remotely good place to set up a tent.
The last 6 kilometers, probably since that last site we were supposed to be at, has been nothing but burn. And then this was our last hope for tonight. And just in the last 100 meters, there's a spot that's not burnt, and it's at the top of a port and should be campable.
Yeah, it's fantastic. That was one of the most inhospitable stretches I've ever paddled.
Yeah.
And I've seen plenty of burns. This is paradise. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
This feels like the jackpot. Just got some warm clothes, sweaters on, hot meal and tea, and the rain should hold off. Normally I'd set up the tent first and tarp. Set it all up here, and probably the rain's gonna hit tonight. So someone who stayed here recently left some nice splits. Much appreciated. We'll use them, replace them, and get our dinner that much faster.
Yeah.
Oh, just the smell of smoke.
Well,
Even it more.
so comforting. I had some chill there.
Yeah, you get to chill.
I had a little bit of a shiver.
Fire pit may not seem ideal, but my kind of camper. Just a perfect little trench to lay a grill across. So here's where we're at on the overview. Covered about 28 kilometers today, but really more importantly, 8 obstacles. We did 7 ports and ran that one little rapid, so that's excellent. 250 kilometers is pretty reasonable for a 2-week trip. It's really the obstacles that are the yardstick for our progress. So getting 8 done today at 60 is pretty darn good.
Mosquito.
Freeze dried meals tonight. Perfect occasion for them.
I've got a Happy Yak pad thai vegetable and peanut that's smelling very good.
Cheesy chicken and broccoli.
And this one has 48 grams of protein, which is good for a veggie one.
Mmm. Mmm.
Ooh.
Hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just starting to miss now too.
Oh boy.
So just as we were relishing in our day, successful day and great campsite, I realized I couldn't find my camera case. It is, I'm certain, on our last portage, which is a good 8 kilometers back, meaning 16-kilometer return tomorrow morning, just to start our day. Just gutted. And I'm pretty sure I left it open. I had pulled out my camera to get a shot of the rapid and expected to collect it. And I'm pretty sure I left it wide open with rain coming tonight. There's no way we can get it right now. We're done. Yeah. Anyway,
In the morning.
it is what it is. It's gonna be I'm thinking about it all night.
Oh, don't worry. It's part of the trip now. That's good. We got it in us.
Oh my god.
At least you didn't drop a nap.
Everyone's just updating the journal.
It's private.
About divorce.
I said, oh well.
Best wife in the world.
No, I just
So sorry.
just as easily could have been me. We both know that.
Rainy start to day 3 is expected, and we've got a 16-kilometer, 10-mile warm-up paddle to start our day. It is painful being so done. I do have a condition though. It's called NTB, not too bright, and thousands, millions suffer around the world from it. Most of them unwittingly. That's the problem. They have no